Zach, what movie did we see?
We just came back from watching Black Panther.
Alright.
And, so we'll give our quick thoughts on it, then we'll go more in depth with it. Did not like the movie. I got almost zero joy out of it. I was bored out of my mind. CGI was really poor, somehow. The acting was nothing spectacular. The action was boring. And it was very dark cinematography. I could barely see anything.
Yep.
There was like one shot I liked. That was in the trailer. It was like the spinning shot. And it has like some really strange structuring where it's like the first half is completely disconnected from the second half.
Alright.
And it's like stuff just kind of happens, and anytime this is the classic Marvel thing, anytime there's something getting serious, undercut it with a joke.
Yes.
And it's like in the middle of an action scene where it's like a big confrontation, but there's got to be a joke there, which means the entire thing's a joke, which means I can't take anything seriously. Which basically meant that I felt nothing. It was just staring at colors. Dark, very dark color. And that's not racist. What do you think?
So, you're coming from critics and just you, movie lover. Coming from basically, I guess, sort of audience, almost The Verge critic, I was okay with it.
Really?
It wasn't the most spectacular.
In terms of a movie or in terms of a Marvel movie?
In terms of a movie.
Okay.
Because you've made me watch some great movies that are beautiful and actually make sense.
Some of them.
Some of them, yeah. But I don't know. I agree there's a couple of great shots. The shot that you said that you really loved, the spinning one, I got so dizzy, even though it was like a 5-second shot.
It's a bit longer than that, but I understand. It was dizzy, but I think that was the point.
Yeah. But, yeah, the comedy was... There was some really good jokes, but then there's times where it's just like...
Question for you. What are those? What?
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
They threw that joke in there. Oh my god. And I was wearing my Crocs.
I know. It was great.
Yeah.
But overall, I'd say it was a good audience pleaser. Definitely, I'd put it up there with a typical Marvel movie.
Will you remember anything about this movie a week from now?
Probably not.
There you go. I always give movies 2 scores. How much I enjoyed it, so entertainment, and how good it was. Those are 2 very different things.
Should I do the same?
No, I just do it. This one, in terms of how good the movie actually is, I'm going to give it 4.
Okay.
Entertainment, for me personally, I'm going to give it 3.
I was going to say a 2 for you based off of the short conversations that we've had.
There was something there. Not really, but there was... I didn't hate it. Like I wasn't like yelling at the screen like I want to die. It was more like I was bored. So.
Alright. For me, I'd say just in general, I'd say it's probably about a 6 or a 7.
Okay.
So it was good, but could definitely be a lot better. But
right.
Yeah.
So it would be on the lower end of Marvel movies.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's go into more specific things then. So spoilers from here on out. CGI. The CGI was terrible.
Yes.
Moving on. I don't know, we should go more in depth. I noticed a lot of things that were just horrible. Like, there's like stuff that just looked horrible. Like, there's this one shot of like a mountainside with all these people on it and they're all like dancing.
Yeah.
But they're all doing the exact same dance at the exact same time, and like they all look the exact same.
Yes.
It looks copy and paste, and it looked horrible, and they kept showing it.
Yep.
And even like the stuff that didn't look bad, like the suits or the spaceships or whatever, they didn't look horrible, but they didn't look great. They looked like the Phantom Menace. I told you this comparison there.
Yes.
This movie reminds me of the Phantom Menace, especially that ending fight. But CGI was too clean.
I can see that. The CGI was a lot better than the Phantom Menace. I will say that, but that's beside the point.
Considering it's like 15, almost 20 years late almost 20 years later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
18?
that's not. Yeah.
18 years later?
19 years later.
19?
Came out in 1999. Phantom Menace.
I can't do math today.
So that was like, CGI was not great, but here's something really bad, is that I couldn't even tell when they were using practical effects. Even the practical effects looked fake, somehow.
Yeah.
In comparison to Blade Runner 2049, which cost $50 million less, and I can't tell, it all looks practical, it all looks real.
Yes, I can agree there.
So, I don't know what happened here. Maybe it got rushed. I don't know, it just looks really bad. What do you think of the CGI?
There's definitely a couple of times where it's just like, I can totally tell this is all...
Like the rhinos? Oh, they look horrible.
Yeah. Mostly, I'd say backgrounds, even though those are probably green screen and...
Yeah.
But besides from that,
It was passable CGI.
it was passable, yes.
To the point of, but it was just barely.
Yes.
Like, it took me out many times. Like, you're saying with backgrounds. Backgrounds are a key thing. Because there's a few times where it's like characters in direct sunlight, and there are times where you can tell that they're using actual sunlight. But there are other times where you're saying that you can tell they're using fake lights.
Yes.
Because it just doesn't match. So that was really bad to me. Like, everything felt like it was just made using green screen. Everything. Nothing really felt real about it.
Yeah. I don't know. One thing that I noticed, that I don't know if you probably noticed, I just thought of this, was with the vibranium, the meteor.
Yeah.
That entire area looks a lot like the inside of the planet from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Just different colors,
Just
yeah.
different colors. It looks
I thought
so
you were going to say
similar.
Avatar. But...
That's true as well. But I feel like Marvel just kind of reused that basic template and...
Oh, you're saying Marvel reuses their templates? Oh my god. You discovered a new
I
crazy
know.
thing, huh? So CGI wasn't great. What else wasn't great? I want to talk about the cinematography. Like, the very first scene, like, even before title credits, which I really liked, I liked that scene because it felt real.
I did too.
It's like, the lighting could have been slightly better, but it makes sense because of the environment. They're in, like, in a gritty slums. That makes sense to me. But then, like, the first scene after that is Black Panther attacking this convoy. Something like that. Let's just say it is. I don't remember anything about this movie. He's attacking the convoy, and I couldn't tell what was going on. It was so dark.
Yes.
I couldn't see anything. Which I would have accepted if, because at one point you see gun flashes, and it's like they're lighting up everything. That would okay with it if it was more stylized.
How so?
Well, there's a moment in The Dark Knight Rises where Batman's running up to these guys, and it's extremely, extremely dark. And it's some flashes from the gunfire, and all you can see is him slowly moving forward. But it's like when he's...
I think I remember
Yeah,
that.
when you're facing him, though, it's just black screen until it flashes up. This one's like, I'm just trying, like... Can I see him? Who is this? And, like, I can't tell what's going on. It's like, it's very easy... Well, not very easy, I don't know, obviously, but there are many movies that have scenes at night that are very clearly lit. Like Mad Max Fury Road, which I haven't made you watch yet.
Nope.
But their nighttime scenes are basically... Instead of it being orange and red, it's just blue, super blue. But you can still see everything.
Alright.
It's not just dark where I can't see anything. And it doesn't help that Black Panther suit's black. So
Yes.
you can't
Like,
see him.
The only time you could ever see him is when he gets hit, basically, and then turns purple.
Or if he's in the daylight.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't tell what's going on. The action is not good if I can't tell what's going on.
Yep.
But there was a lot of scenes like that. And like, the lighting, even if it was in a room that was like lit, there was no lighting on the faces. It's like,
Alright.
there's no lighting on the people. Like, there's some shots look okay, but it's like, it was so bleh. And it's like, especially since it's like a brand new place we've never seen before in any of these movies, it should be more striking. It looked like a normal city.
Yep.
It looked so ugly. Okay, so shirtless guys is your favorite part?
Shirtless guys.
I don't know if you're serious or not.
I don't know.
Even Killmonger with all like his bumps?
He had a really nice set of abs.
Okay, whatever. So what'd you think of his character?
His
okay,
character, okay.
don't objectify men. You woman.
Alright.
That's our job, to objectify men.
Oh. So, him as a character, I feel like he's okay.
He doesn't have very much charisma, does he?
No, he doesn't show much emotion or like
he's kind of just there.
Yeah, he's kind of.
And even when he shows emotion, like there's times where he's like crying, but it's like, I think I know why. I think it's because like the accent that they chose. The accent they chose is very reserved and quiet and pleasant. Anyway, where it's like everything is very soft spoken.
Alright.
But I think they went too far with that accent because even when he's like showing extreme emotion, like when that Forrest Whitaker's character got stabbed,
Yes.
which was ridiculous. That was really made me laugh. So he got stabbed, right? He's showing all this emotion, but it's like he's just slightly louder.
Yeah.
It's like it didn't make much sense.
I
Like
totally forgot that Forrest Whitaker was in this movie.
I forget everything about this movie already.
But yeah, he doesn't show much emotion. I suppose he's alright in the fight scenes, and just like his interactions with like his love interest. They're but they don't have.
Though all those like interactions with characters that are funny would be fine if they were allowed to play out. It's like they're just there for the punchline.
Yeah.
Like imagine Seinfeld, because Seinfeld has great back and forth with characters, right? Except imagine in Seinfeld they just had the final thing they say and that's it.
Something was there. So I reached my hand in, felt around, and pulled out the obstruction.
I think he's the big thing. Everyone says he is the best Marvel villain since Loki. Maybe most attractive, according to you.
I have to think about all the villains now.
Well, that's not a good sign, is it? Here's the thing about this character. Everyone says that he's great because of like he has a great backstory and a great reason, and that he's great because he doesn't think he's the bad guy. But it's like,
He has a good backstory, but
yeah, like everyone's like I heard people say like, oh, his backstory made me cry. What? There's no backstory. Like, his dad dies, he walks up and sees his dad. Okay, I understand why that's sad. But the one scene where you see him interact with his dad is like a weird dream sequence. It didn't feel. I didn't get any emotion out of it because there's like, the way it was edited and it was like cutting back between present him and kid version of him. It's like, oh my god.
yeah.
It's like it could have been powerful. Like that could have been the opening, where it's like a kid just walks into his room, and he sees his dad's dead, and then it shows him having to live his life. It should have shown him how that affects him growing up.
That would have been interesting to see.
That would have been a much better backstory versus just, oh, my dad's dead. I'm upset now.
Obviously, it affects him.
Yes.
But seeing how he gets to where he is in the movie would definitely have helped.
So he's introduced as like a secondary villain alongside Andy Serkis, because Andy Serkis is very clearly the villain in the first half of the movie.
Yes, and then
So he shows up in that one scene I like, and then he's gone for like 30 minutes, maybe longer. And he just shows up again randomly.
yeah,
And it's just like, if you're gonna have a character's presence there, you have to have it feel like a threat. Like you can have a villain and have the villain never be in the movie but always feel his presence
yes,
by always being worried that he's going to show up. He did some bad things. We don't know what his connection is to Black Panther, what he wants to do with Black Panther. So he's just like, here's a guy. Oh, he's gone.
yeah. He's kind of like, so obviously this guy, he like in the heist scene.
Yeah.
You can tell that he has knowledge of Wakanda, and that's what it's called. Is it
Wakanda.
Wakanda?
Not Waganda.
Oh, okay.
It's Wakanda.
Okay, so he obviously has connections to Wakanda. So,
Yeah.
because he knows what vibranium and the fact that it is a vibranium weapon or whatever it
Yeah.
was. So,
But we don't know what his intentions
but you don't.
are.
Yeah, you don't know what his intentions, and you don't know like how he knows about all of that.
Which is fine for a secondary villain.
Yes, but he never really shows his intentions because you don't know who he is up until
Up until it's like,
he says who he is.
and then 5 minutes later he like takes over.
Yes.
It's like, stuff just kind of happens. There's no
Yeah.
build up or suspense, right? It just stuff happens. But now we gotta talk about Andy Serkis.
Probably the best character.
He was my favorite character in the movie, just because Andy Serkis is great. His character was fun. Oh my god! it was fun to watch him. It was like, oh my god, he's having a great time with this role.
He makes terrible characters amazing.
Exactly. He was fun. I enjoyed him. And, yeah, it's like... But at some point, spoilers once again, he gets killed by Killmonger.
Yes.
Killmonger says, I want you to take me to Wakanda. Even though he just gets there anyway, so why was he asking him to take him to Wakanda anyway? Why he just shoot him anyways? It makes no bloody sense. But he kills him, and immediately he dies. I'm like, well, there goes the one good character that I liked.
Yes.
There goes the one interesting part of this movie. Because, and here's why. Oh, I figured it out. Here's why he was an interesting character in relation to the movie. Because he has history with the other characters.
Yes.
So you know what their backstory is. You know, so you can feel his presence through the entire thing.
Yeah, you don't need to say, okay, this is what he's done already.
Yeah.
This is his backstory. You don't have to say that.
Because of the characters' interactions. Like, you know this is the worst guy for them, that they want him dead.
Yes.
But let's just kill him off anyways.
Yeah.
Because he's a white guy. Which is not racist, because if he's racist, a white guy. Although, I did think that they were gonna bring him back and resurrect him. Because that would make sense, because he's the one guy who could defeat Killmonger, because he can defeat the real Black Panther all the time. He escapes all the time. So like, he knows so much about us. Perfect guy to fight him? Nah, he's just dead. Andy Serkis has other work to do. The first half of the movie is him getting power and trying to get is it Claw? He's trying to get Claw. So the first half of the movie is him trying to capture Claw and be king.
Yes.
And survive.
Mm-hmm.
And then Claw dies, and then suddenly the shift is, oh, now he has to fight this guy.
Yes.
My problem with that is that the entire first half of the movie is almost redundant. Where it's like, he becomes king, fights Claw, all that stuff, and then Claw dies, and he's king again.
Yes.
So the entire point of him fighting Claw was almost pointless, besides for the fact of just introducing the actual villain.
Yes.
So that entire first half of the movie feels like nothing really changes. It's like Claw dies, and it has like one character question his kingship.
Yeah.
But that's it. Not much in the character changes, really.
No.
So that's why it feels like, okay, what was the point of all that?
Yeah, it's just to make that one tribe, like the Grasslands tribe, sort of start to doubt him.
Do you know what all the tribes are? You know there's a grassland tribe? What?
It said them. There's the river tribe, or the
my
riverland.
God.
There's
I was not paying enough attention.
the mountains.
I wasn't paying attention to that. So yeah, and then the second half is a complete switch.
Yes.
In which Black Panther immediately gets killed, even though we know he's not gonna die.
He pulls a Sherlock.
Yes. So he immediately gets killed, and then he's king, and then comes back, and he hasn't really changed again. Like, yes, he's talking to a dad, and his point of view has changed, but you don't really feel like he's changed as a character. He feels the exact same. And almost no character has any arc, really. Like, they may theoretically have an arc, but they don't feel different.
Yeah.
You can say, well, I've changed my opinion on this, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't feel like you have. But with this new suit that it absorbs all of his like, he gets a hit and he absorbs the kinetic energy so he can expel it out. So he basically takes no damage whatsoever.
Yes.
So why do I feel any tension in the action? Because I don't feel like he's gonna die.
Yeah.
But you can still get tension out of it. The way you do it is like, okay, there's this little girl and she's strapped to a bomb, and it goes off in 5 minutes. I have to get there. I won't die, but she will. But this guy's trying to stop me. There's your tension.
Yeah.
It never has that. The tension's always, oh, I don't want Black Panther to die.
See, it's like, the one thing that I thought that they might do is during all these fights, there's Martin Freeman's character. He's fighting the ships, basically.
Yeah, trying to stop the cargo. He's trying to stop the cargo.
Yeah. See, what I thought he would end up, like, he would need saving. I know they probably didn't need to keep his character, but I feel like because that ship was shooting at the glass and everything, I thought that maybe his character was going to have to get saved. So I thought that, I don't know.
Black man saving the white guy. That would actually would have been perfect.
It would have worked.
It would have been perfect.
So Black Panther realizes, he looks up, he sees that, and he's like, I have to get up there.
Yeah.
But Killmonger is in my way, so I have to hurry this up. And
yeah.
so I thought that would have worked.
But nope. It's all just a big dumb thing where nothing really matters and I don't care.
Everyone has to save themselves.
It's I just don't care. It's the ultimate I don't care movie. Where stuff just kind of happens. I don't know. Any final thoughts?
Well, it's a typical movie, or a typical Marvel movie. And the
Yes.
ending is a typical Marvel ending, where someone kind of looks up at the superheroes like, who are you? And then it cuts to the
Oh my
superhero,
God,
and
yeah.
it's just like, and then cut to the credits.
It's like, what's your name? Black Panther. It's like, oh my God, really? That is the Marvel movie equivalent to Gunshot Fade to Black. The equivalent.
Yep.
And if you don't, you might not know this, but the gunshot cut to black is a typical ending that's made fun of because it's done so much. It's like the student film ending.
Yes.
Where it's like, oh, you're trying. It's just everyone does it. This happens like every Marvel movie. Some of them work because some of them are like a joke. Like someone can make. I don't have any examples, but someone could be like a joke.
Yes.
But this one's like just so much. Like it felt. I saw like. I shook my head like that's like. This.
I'm just sitting there. I'm like,
Really? You had to go that? What they should have done is he should have been like halfway through his name and then they cuts him off. But I don't know. It's this movie. I think the whole idea is like it's supposed to be like the Wonder Woman for Black people is what probably people are thinking about it. But if it's supposed to be like if it's supposed to be empowering Black people and having all this effect for them, it's really embarrassing because this movie takes every opportunity as soon as it has an effect and it has some form of impact on you, it's immediately taken away. This is like the worst. This is a joke that everyone laughed at and I hated so much. They're driving the car as the car gets destroyed and the girl just slides up still in the chair.
yes.
I'm like, that's so bad. And why are you doing that in the middle of an action scene? Like there's so many times where they do jokes in an action scene. Like even the big final battle. The guy is charging at this one guy with a rhino, but his lover stands in front of him. She's on the opposite team. And he stops. And it's like, oh my God, it's gonna be a huge confrontation. It goes silence. And the CGI rhino licks her face. Like, we are in the middle of a huge moment here
Yes.
that's actually being built up because they keep saying how these two are in love. And then you end it with a joke, and I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
And that's like this entire movie where it's like, it can do something, but they have to make sure that it's enjoyable for everyone. So they have something good, but they have to pull it away because they don't want to offend anyone. They have to make it pleasing to everyone. It can't be an experience, it has to be a good time.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. I know people are gonna watch this movie. Like if you watch this movie and you turn your brain off, it'll be fine. It'll pass the time. I wouldn't suggest watching it. It's a waste of money. If you really want to watch it, wait until it comes on Netflix or DVD. Yeah, I don't care. I was really looking forward to Infinity War. Now I'm not. I'm like, oh God, this is Infinity War. I'm gonna hate it.
I think Infinity War is going to be better.
Yeah.
Just because,
We'll see.
like, they sort of have the Avengers to go off of, and then
They have more charismatic characters.
Yeah. I feel like those are going to all balance out. And
Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, any final thoughts? Would you recommend this movie?
audience perspective, I would recommend it.
No, I'm not saying would you like. Do you think people should go and watch this movie? Would you say yes? You should go see this movie. Don't say if you'd like it. Say, do you think that someone should go see this movie? I don't think so. I think it's a waste of time.
I sort of agree with you, but at the same time, I don't. Like, I don't know.
Was this movie worth seeing?
In theaters? Probably not.
There you go. That was my answer.
So.